Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here, and as part of my Halloween celebration for the Bloody Jacob channel, I will be reviewing the 2015 Goosebumps film. And of course, this film stars Jack Black as R.L. Stine, who of course is the author of the book series, who of course is the author of the book series, I should say. And before we get into the details of the movie, this won't be a very long review, by the way, but I just wanted to express my general impression of the movie and what I thought of it. Me and my girlfriend actually went to see it last night in theaters, and it was a pretty enjoyable experience. Of course, as I was about to say, I was a fan of the Goosebumps books growing up. I don't think I've read every one of them, but I enjoyed the books I did read, and I liked the TV movies that aired on Cartoon Network and stuff like that. So it definitely brings back a lot of nostalgia, which really helped with how much I was entertained by the movie, which I think was a big factor for everyone going into it. People who had grown up with the books, who had read the books, and so it really just appeals to a very large general audience, and maybe kids who hadn't read the books, maybe they'll see this movie and then be really geeked out, really geek out and find it really cool, and they see there's books of them too. My personal favorite book was always The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. I also really like the TV movie of that, which actually had Brendan Fletcher as Grady, who I've seen in quite a few horror films. I just thought that was probably one of the more serious and actually somewhat scary TV movies, and it was very good in book form too. But the Goosebumps series wasn't dead serious, of course. Mixed in some horror with some kind of over the top humor and comedy and mixed in stuff like that. And this film is really just a straight up comedy. Nothing's really taken seriously in this, and it's just purely for enjoyment. And it's really just, I don't want to say a spoof, but it doesn't take any of the serious horror elements that did exist in the series, but it does make for a pretty enjoyable film. And Jack Black is R.L. Stine. I do like Jack Black. I'm a fairly big fan. I'm not a big fan of his, but I do like him for the most part. I haven't seen every one of his movies or anything, but I do find him pretty entertaining when I do see him. I think he worked pretty well as R.L. Stine. I like how he had a slightly different voice than he usually does when he's talking as him. And some of the funniest parts about him were when he just got really stern with the characters, just give them really cold, I'm gonna kill you looks and stuff like that. It just came off pretty well. Then we have Dylan Minnette as Zach, sort of our eyes in the movie. That he sort of moves into this new neighborhood, and after his father had died, so that plot element's kind of explored in this movie. It's touched on here and there. He and his mom move into this new neighborhood, and the girl that plays his mom was actually Holly in The Office, so that was cool. But yeah, Dylan Minnette does a pretty good job. I have seen him in other projects. I've seen him in, of course, Awake, which was an NBC TV series that was canceled after one season, but how NBC is pretty trigger happy with that. I also seen him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and so I'm glad he's getting more roles lately. He is a pretty good actor, especially for his age. So he's likable in this. We also have Odeya Rush as Henna, who's the daughter of R.L. Stine. There's actually a pretty good twist with her later in the movie. Of course, Zach ends up taking an interest in Hannah, but except her father's, really wanting to keep Zach away from her for some unknown reason, away from the house. It's just assumed that he's an abusive father and things like that. But it ends up that he doesn't want anyone around because he's afraid these books will be opened, and when the books get opened, all these monsters are released that he's written, because of this magical typewriter and stuff. And so, of course, the books do end up getting open as they had to, and it's for just chaos around the whole town as Zach's mom's trying to adjust to being the vice principal at the school and stuff like that. We did see the Werewolf of Fever Swamp in this, but unfortunately some of the CGI in this isn't very good, I will say that. I think they could have done a little better job with that. The Werewolf of Fever Swamp and the abominable... I can't say abominable. Ugh. You guys know what I mean, the snowman. Comment about it all you want. But the CGI for those monsters in particular weren't very good. the CGI for the mantis was okay, and I did like seeing the zombies and stuff. I think they looked pretty good for what this movie is. And of course we have Slappy, sort of like the ringleader of the whole plot to take revenge on Stine and stuff. And the twist with Hannah's character, of course, is a spoiler, so watch out. Ends up being that she's actually a character R.L. Stine, Jack Black, had written because he just felt really lonely after all these years, and he just wanted some kind of connection with a person after he's kind of withdrawn himself from society for so long. He doesn't really like being around people anymore, but he still wants this connection with someone, so he really wrote up this person for himself, to the point where she wouldn't know that she's just a work of fiction, and to where she wouldn't know anything else except that she's his daughter and she's a normal girl. So I thought when that whole thing was revealed, it was pretty good. I knew there had to be some kind of twist on it, but I didn't necessarily expect it. And it leads to somewhat of an emotional thing at the end when of course, the heroes have to win. They do end up getting all the monsters back into the book, and of course that ends up sucking her back into the book as well. Of course. Now, right now. Sorry about that, guys. So that is, it could bring someone to a bit of a tearjerker maybe when Hannah says goodbye to Zach and stuff like that, and just seeing Stine in the movie lose his who really was still his daughter, who he had spent a lot of time with. It is kind of sad, and luckily what Stine ends up doing at the end of the movie is he ends up writing a new story. It involves her being brought back, and then he burns the book so she can't ever just be sucked back into that world, so she's going to be staying in theirs. So it's a happy ending, but of course Goosebumps, a lot of the stories leave you some kind of cliffhanger or ambiguity showing that a monster might still be around, or just some sense of it's not completely over. And of course the invisible boy ends up going after Stine at the end. He was in an early part of the movie, and he says, "You forgot about me?" So that was kind of funny, or something along those lines. I got the line wrong, but if you guys seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to get into other details about the story. There's not really much more to talk about, to be honest. But overall, I did really enjoy the movie. The comedy for the most part was good. I won't say it was a great film. I will say it was pretty good, or just good. If you're a fan of the show or the books, you'll definitely find some enjoyment out of this, I think. Unless you just really, really hate Jack Black. But I like Jack Black, so he worked for me in the role. And R.L. Stine himself actually did have a cameo in this movie at the end as a drama teacher. And before, it's revealed, not revealed, but before Zach discovers that R.L. Stine is who he is in the movie, Jack Black goes by the name Mr. Shivers. And, some people, including Chris Stuckman, think that might be a shot at a Shivers book series that was supposedly like a rip-off of Goosebumps around the same time and stuff. And when we see the real R.L. Stine make a cameo at the end of the movie, his name is Mr. Black, of course, because, Jack Black and stuff. So I thought that was kind of cool. So, overall, I really did like the movie. I definitely recommend seeing it if you're a fan of the series. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review for Halloween. Hope you guys are, safe on this monstrous night, and I'll catch you guys next time. Add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, MoviePilot, look around SpoiledDead.com. Look forward to Jason Voorhees, tribute coming out within the next few hours, hopefully. And peace.